following show is a paid program.
Thank you so much for joining me on the Cam Hill Show. I'm so excited today. Gosh, today I have one of the best. Her name is Carol Guest. She's the chair of the Greater Houston Black Chamber of Commerce. A little bit about Carol, a lot of things. Introducing the Houston Super Attorney, Carol Guest, principal attorney of the Guest Group. She is, in 2015, I didn't know this, she became a licensed minister. Let's look at something about Carol Guest.
My name is Carol Guest, and I'm the chair for the board of the Greater Houston Black Chamber of Commerce. My family business, the Guest Group, is a commercial real estate business, and we're Pinnacle Award winners. The thing that I like best about the chamber is the sense of camaraderie and cooperative economics. So anyone can come to the chamber with their business ideas, and work with other businesses that will help them impact their bottom line.
Hey family, Carol Guest. Hey lady.
Hey Kim, how are you?
Oh man, I'm so excited. Let me tell you guys what happened. Okay, last week Carol was supposed to be with us and then Laura was supposed to hit us. Okay, so I called Carol and I said, Carol, unfortunately, what I'm going to do is, we're going to take off that day and we're going to reschedule. Man, we both were disappointed because we were like, we coming with this thing today.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, Kim.
I so love Carol. The reason I love her so much is because when I ask her to help in any kind of way, whatever it might be, it's like, what day and what time? Always. Never, hey, I'm busy, I got something to do. It's always, what do you need all the time? Miss Carol Guest, the chair of the Greater Houston Black Chamber of Commerce. Hey, lady, how is it that you are the chair? What is the Black Chamber of Commerce? I think people don't know. I really don't. I don't think we know.
Well, you're right, Kim. A lot of people are not familiar with the chamber network at all because it focuses so much on business, and there's so many people out here that have jobs. Now, if you have a job but you're working on a side hustle, you have some ambitions that you want to start your own business, that's where a chamber of commerce can come into play for you. What we do is we're an association of businesses, of entrepreneurs. And in our chamber, we also welcome people who work in corporate America. We welcome consumers. And as a matter of fact, we have started to introduce the consumer into our chamber to close the circle on economics in our community. So what a chamber does is advocates on behalf of its members. So if there is a law that needs to be passed that would help us get paid faster on government contracts like we did last session in Austin, we write the bill for that. We work with state representatives and other elected officials to create law that will help you increase your bottom line in business. So that's the advocacy piece that we do. We also create access. We have meetings between corporations and public sector companies that have contracts available with businesses that match the profile of the companies they're looking for to complete work under their contract. So we set up meetings for that. And then awareness, we have a Buy Black guide that lists all of our member businesses. We make it available on the internet. We promote it over our social media. And we have the Pinnacle Awards, which are coming up soon as well. So we bring awareness to your business. So the Chamber is an organization that works on behalf of businesses to help you increase your bottom line, and also some training also to help you do better business as well.
What I love about the Chamber is that you all give back when you're a member. Many of the funds that we give as a member, you couldn't pay for a lot of the stuff. We really could not pay for it as an individual. So I want each entrepreneur, each person that even is thinking during this time they can become an entrepreneur, that, and like you said, side hustle, we have little things that we do. You all have a Black business directory.
Yes.
Where everybody has that directory and they pick from that directory and they use each other.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the bottom line is to try to create an economy amongst our people.
Right.
You know, one of the major reasons for the issues that we have as a community is lack of economy. That's lack of money. That's lack of pay for some people.
Yes.
You know, and so what we're seeking to do is to increase that. So when we have several member benefits that are available that you're right, Kim, you would pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for.
Right.
But that's where our great community and corporate partners come into play. They sponsor several of our programs so that we can offer them at low cost, reasonable cost to our members. And a lot of things we offer for free to our members so that they can gain that access and take advantage of those opportunities to get in front of those corporations and those public sector entities that have contracts available.
Yes.
So, you know, the support that we get from membership dues and also from the corporations is really what enables us to bring those to you. So as a member, you don't have to go out and look for those things yourself. And you have a reputable organization that works on your behalf that can open the door. Whereas you have a great idea, you have a great business, you may not have connections. That's where the chamber comes in and assists you and helps to walk you into that business, that contract, and to help you with it. So
I love that. I love the fact that during luncheons that you have, during membership mingles that you have, collaboration is so huge. Carol, you really push that. You really go out of your way and tell people, give out your card, pass out your information, speak to people, meet new people while you're there. You believe in the collaboration.
Well, it's important, Cam. I mean, you can't, you know, we were laughing earlier before the show came on and said faith without works is dead.
Right.
You know, we can bring you the water, but as entrepreneurs, you have to have hustle. So you can't come to a luncheon and just sit. You know, some people might come up to you and say hello and shake your hand, but you have to have I'm going to go get a mentality.
Right.
And so that is why I walk around and encourage people to meet other people. I make introductions at our luncheons, you know, and, you know, pre-COVID, we were doing that a lot.
Right.
You know, Second Tuesdays with the Chamber is a staple event, and we hope to bring it back in person in 2021.
Right.
But yes, absolutely, we encourage our members to collaborate and work together. You can do partnerships with someone. You could barter services with someone else when you meet them. You may not have all the money up front to pay for services, but you can barter. Just make sure you get it in the form of an agreement. Get it in writing. Get it in writing.
That's her. She's an attorney. I'm telling you, Carol Guest is an attorney, so she's going to tell you, get it in writing, okay? And let's just explain a little bit about bartering services. For instance, I do know of a young lady, she was a caterer, but she had so many orders to fill that she couldn't do it in her kitchen. So she bartered with someone that had a commercial kitchen that was in the chamber. And they just collaborated together. The kitchen wasn't being used. They weren't really using the building, really, but they had a kitchen. They told her, hey, we got a kitchen. It's not being used. You can use it.
Absolutely. And that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
It's that's what happens when you come to a chamber event or engage with us online. You come across people, you might have a mutual interest, or, you know, you might have the egg, they might have the milk, you know, and you put those two things together.
That's true.
And because everyone is just trying to make it. And so when you're able to collaborate in those ways, it doesn't always take money, but you have to speak to people, and
Yes.
you have to engage with them to
Yes.
find out, what's going on with their business. And you know what, Kim? Sometimes people feel like, although they're in the same industry, they're
Right.
automatic competitors, but
Right.
that's not always the case.
No.
Because like I said, you two might be carpenters, but one day you might need a big truck, and
Right.
your colleague has a big truck, and then another
Yes.
time you might have something that he or she might need. So it's not always about competition. If you enter into relationships, try
Mm-hmm.
seeking to understand and know, not for competition, but just to see how you
Right.
might be able to collaborate in the future. That's how you help each other grow in business.
And let me tell you guys what I love about Carol, and as far as who she is as a person, she does a lot of things that we as a people, I wish we all did. If she sees something on Facebook, and I'm just going to use Facebook for an answer, she'll see it and she'll share it. She'll just share it, just automatically just start sharing it, with her people. Because one thing about the different things, I might have a group of people that she doesn't have on her list, and she'll have a group of people I might not have on my list. So just think, if I have 5,000 and she has 5,000, that's 10,000 plus eyes. Then they share it and keep sharing it. That's how we as a people keep going up. Okay?
That's right.
That's how we do. We got to help each
Absolutely.
other.
Absolutely. And you know what, Cam?
Yes.
Speaking of Facebook, we need to do it while it's still free.
Right. We need to do it while it's still free.
We need to still share, like,
yes,
all of that
and
while
engage.
it's still free.
Yes, and
Yes.
engage on it. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have a lot of benefits that are in there. What other things can people look forward to in their membership?
Well, we have. I'm going down the list in my head, Cam.
Yes, I got you. I got you. You got a lot.
Yeah, the Buy Black directory.
Right.
We have networking opportunities. So
Right.
we have, like, the luncheons are more business, like more formal. They're
Right.
not stiff at all. We
Right.
do network. Then we have our Emerge series
Right.
that we kicked off this year,
Mhm.
and we got caught in COVID, but we had an event this past Friday with the Museum of Fine Arts Houston.
Mhm.
They have an exhibit there that is focused on African American art from the 60s. And so
Yes.
we had a networking event there. We had a small group. They would only allow a small number of people.
Mhm.
And it was very relaxing. It was fun. So that's our Emerge series. We also have a Women in Business conference. So we host
Yes.
conferences where you can get empowered,
Mhm.
get information about how to grow your business. And when we talk about growing business, we talk about how to hire people, we
Mhm.
talk about taxes. Then we also have a membership development series
Yes.
that focuses on specific things that can help members grow their business as well. And we are also bringing back the Men in Business Conference.
Oh yes, that's what we
Good.
need.
We had some board members a few years
We hear
ago.
the women in business. What about men? What about us?
Exactly. That's what they said. That's what our male board members said. Like, how are you all going to have women in business
Yes.
and not in business?
Yes. Yes.
So it started off as a networking event, and we plan to grow it.
Yes.
Ran into some hiccups, ran into COVID.
Yes.
So that will be back. So men, pay attention. We
Yes.
have not forgotten about you. So it's those types of events
Mhm.
that we have as well. And then we're going to start introducing some mentorship as well.
Yes.
We have a program called Supporting Our Success. And so what we're planning to do is to make a suite available of e-learning webinar classes on demand. Some of them free, some of them have a small cost to them because we have to keep the chamber going,
Right.
and we got to pay, other people.
Yeah.
But it's on demand. Like, if you had questions about, how to fire someone,
Right.
especially if it's a family member, but they're not doing what you ask them to do. Like, that's a sensitive topic, Kim.
That is.
So,
That is.
Yeah. So we're going to introduce that suite under Supporting Our Success. And we actually
Yes.
do have a series of 3 webinars coming up fairly soon about sales, marketing.
Yes.
That's under the Supporting Our Success moniker. Our tagline is "Our Economy, Our Legacy."
Yes.
And so what we're seeking to do is create that wealth in the community,
Yes.
not just business owners. I mean, entrepreneurship is a wealth vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
However, I mean, because it does create jobs and so forth, but we
Right.
also want the consumer to be wealthy as well.
Right.
So just completing that circle, Cam, and our offerings assist in doing that.
So let me tell you guys something, what's real clear about us as African Americans. We spent in 2019 $1.9 trillion. Trillion dollars. We did.
With a T.
With a T. We by ourselves did that. Now, in the world, based on census, and we're going to talk about that, it's 45 million African Americans. Okay? That's based on the census. That means we're only 13% of the United States. We spent 1.9 trillion. It's 45 million of us. It's only 13% of us that are spending that. That's a problem. The problem is only our African American dollar only stays in our community 6 hours. Not a day, 6 hours. It stays in the Asian community 30 days. It stays in the Jewish community 20. Now think about that. Let's just think. We spent 1.9 trillion. The deficit is 2 trillion plus at one point. Okay? It's high, much higher than that now. But think about that. Us by ourselves. If we pooled all our money together, and the chamber, that's what they do. They teach us. They teach us how to collaborate. They teach us how to come together. They teach us how to do contracts or have contracts, win contracts. They teach us. Those are the things we've got to teach each other. We got to help each other. And Carol, that's what I love about your organization. You help us all the time. You are able to help us understand what benefit or how we can become wealthy. And wealth is not against ministry. It's not against the ministry. No, they always said, look, they used to say in the church, now, you're getting, if you have too much money, they used to, a lot of times there was poverty, and I can't fault them for that. But in a lot of ways, if one person had more, they would hide it. They wouldn't drive the cars to the church and all this other kind of stuff, wouldn't wear the fur coat. I mean, all of this. But you know what? God wanted us all to have.
Agreed, Cam.
He did. He did. And we got to just be real with each other. I mean, if we're supposed to be taking dominion over the world, we can't do it broke. We can't, hey.
Could you repeat that?
We can't, for everybody in the back row, you can't be broke. You got to have some money. Okay? Let's just be real. You got to have some money. Yeah. You got to pay your lights, water, gas, car note, all of it. You got to pay it, rent, whatever it is. You got to pay for it. And it's okay. Yes. It's okay to have. I want y'all to know that. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, it's okay. Well, we spending something. 1.9 trillion, we're spending it.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And the marketplace knows that.
Yes.
That's why they consistently market to us.
There you go.
Because they want some of that 1.9 trillion. So, Cam, what is the issue?
Ooh.
The issue that I have come across in our community is that we have continued to allow the effects of slavery to enslave our minds about how we relate to one another.
Yes.
There's still, unfortunately, there's still distrust.
Yes.
We look at each other with a side eye. Can this person do the job? I mean, the prejudgments before you even begin speaking to the person. And then on top of that, in addition to that, unfortunately, our community is ignorant about business.
Ooh.
We have decided or agreed with the fact that we should be laborers and not owners. Now, some of it has to do with the survival mentality because we have been discriminated against for years. It's been in legislation. I had a conversation with a white executive last Monday as part of our waste management Share the Mic and the Money Now initiative. That's something else we brought to the members. We put 40 Black women-owned businesses in front of 40 corporations to try to get contracts. So and we did that in partnership with Waste Management, and that's a benefit of joining the chamber.
So let's do this. We're going to take a break because I want to hear more about that. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll be right back with Carol.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection. Only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service, striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, we're right back. Thank you so much. Carol, let's talk about the waste management and the women, the contract that you were talking about. Let's jump right back in.
Okay, so the campaign was called Share the Money and the Mic Now.
Yes.
And Tamla Oates Forney, who is the Chief People Officer for Waste Management, which is a Forbes, or I believe Fortune 200 company.
Yes.
Are huge,
yes,
but based here in Houston. And she's an African-American woman. And she saw on Instagram where there was a Share the Mic Now campaign where white women were allowing Black women to take over their Instagram platforms to talk about social injustice or, just certain things that that was on their hearts.
Right.
So she saw that campaign and said, well, that's good, but let's add some money because we really need money in our community. And so we have a partnership with Waste Management, one of our corporate partners. And so they reached out to us, and then we worked with them to source 40 Black women-owned businesses because they wanted it to be a women's initiative.
Yes.
And so it was a 4-day event where the first day was Black women and white women executives talking about racial issues, the background of the African-American women, and it just introduced to the world all of these smart Black women who are in executive level positions throughout the city.
Yes.
It was great dialogue with the white women executives. And so that was the first day. And then the second and third day, there were pitches done by our members to about 30 corporations, such that they would be able to decide who they wanted to work with in their supply chain. The whole point of it was to introduce these businesses to these corporations so that they could become part of their supply chain. And that's what Tamla wanted to do.
Right.
She's in her thought process, she thought, hey, there are some great Black owned businesses out here that should be part of your supply chain. It needs to be diversified. And the supply chain is all about, if I need a janitor, janitorial services, if I need a caterer, if I need someone to come and coach our executives. And so those 2 days, the ladies pitched, and then on Friday, it was kind of like signing day, like you see at high school and college, where the corporations announced who they wanted to explore relationships with. So it was a wonderful experience. It was a great experience for our members, and we're looking forward to them getting hopefully at least $1 million in contracts from each one of those corporations.
Oh my God. It's something else that you do very, very well, Carol. You really, really want us to win. You do. I mean, you want us to win. And what I mean by winning is winning in wealth. There was a conversation, it was one that said why an estate plan is essential for creating multi-generational wealth. Let's talk about many generational wealth, generational, all down the line, not just you, but your children and your children's children and your children's children's children wealth.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about
it. And that's biblical. That's biblical.
It is.
Yeah.
The Bible says that, and I'm paraphrasing, that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children.
Yes.
So that means that we shouldn't be afraid of money.
Yes.
And I was alluding to earlier about our being ignorant about business. We're changing that at the chamber.
Right.
Our goal is to make sure that no one is ignorant about business, and to click you out of the mindset that as a Black person, you shouldn't have wealth and you shouldn't have money.
Right.
So the ignorance, I think, is inbred in our culture. Right. I mean, somebody wants us to stay ignorant, but we don't have to do that. That's why the chamber is here. So when we talk about multi-generational wealth through estate planning, so here's the deal. African Americans have owned property for a very long time.
Right.
And unfortunately, because of, legislated racism, we sometimes are not able to pay taxes. The property will go back to the state and et cetera. Right. But then sometimes the estate planning process is just not known within families. People just think automatically, well, when I die, it'll go to so-and-so. Or if I say I wanted to go to Bob, then it'll go to Bob. But there are legal steps in between that transfer that must occur in order for the property to properly transfer.
Yes.
So what estate planning does is it transfers ownership of everything you own to who you want it to go to.
Right.
It puts it in a document, paper, so that it's evidence that you have made that transfer to a particular person.
Right.
And the reason why that's important is because you need to have documentation to be able to stand up in court. And also you need documentation when it's time to sell or transfer your property. So what estate planning does is, like, for example, and when we say estate planning, just to demystify that term, your estate is just whatever you own.
Right.
Your car, your home, your clothes, your furniture. Right. It's just whatever you own. And the planning piece is planning who you want those things to go to.
Right.
So you do a will that outlines, I want my house to go to Sue. I want my car to go to Jim. You could create a trust where you just put everything you own into it. You transfer it on paper so that the trustee becomes the owner. The trustee of the trust becomes the owner. And then there are other issues like end of life issues that we all have to deal with from time to time.
Right.
All of us are going to at some point.
Yeah.
But it, outlines if you want to be resuscitated or not, if you have young children, who is going to be their guardian.
Right.
If you get sick, who's going to sign documents for you. So estate planning is a huge area, but it's something that we don't know a lot about
Right.
because we haven't been exposed. And but it is my law practice. And so I try to educate as many people as I can about
Yes.
it so that you preserve wealth in your family.
Right.
Because when you do have a will, your will spells out exactly who their property is going to go to. Owning real estate is a basis for building wealth. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, it's a basis for building wealth. So if you can ensure that that property is going to go to someone who's going to take care of it, pay the taxes on it, keep the grass cut, keep people from moving in on it and being a squatter and then trying to take it from the family by saying I was here for 5 years or whatever, you know, you can preserve that wealth in your family, but you do need the help of an attorney because it can be a little daunting for a person who's not trained in these areas, but it's necessary. It is
Yes.
necessary because so many African Americans have lost real estate
Yes.
because of failure to plan.
Yes. Yes. We need to say that one more time for everybody. Failure to plan.
Failure to plan is the reason why we have lost real estate and other things.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
the chamber is here to help with that.
The other thing that I love about that is LLCs. When you're getting ready to decide, I want to go into a business, you all even schedule and you have people that talk to them that about an LLC, an S Corp, nonprofit, 501c3, when is it needed? Things like that, and also the tax implications with them.
Yes. Yes, we do. Though we typically tackle those types of issues during our membership development
Right.
series training. And we will have a tax professional come in and explain what
Yes.
is the difference between a subchapter S corporation.
Right.
You know, what are the tax advantages of having an LLC? You know, what's an INC? Because we see those all the time. And then, you know, as far as business formation, which business entity is the best for me? Should I stay a sole proprietor? Should I start an LLC? Should I start an INC? Should I do a partnership? So when we have our membership development series, that is when the membership can come together, get advice from an expert, and get tips on their business. So yes, Cam, we're here to help with those things.
Exactly. And what I also like is that the benefits that you all give, again, you could not pay for. I mean, really, it would just be, you can, but it'd be astronomical. Also, just people call me every day or every week. Cam, where is the Black Business Directory? I mean, where is the directory? I mean, I need a plumber. I want to use a black plumber. Okay? Why? I'm not a plumber. You know? Cam, do you know a plumber? Do you know this? Do you know that? Oh my God. You all have a directory of people that are members, that have the membership that people can use.
Yes. If you visit HoustonByBlack.com, again, that's HoustonByBlack.com. That's where our membership directory lives. We also have a membership directory on our website at ghbcc.com. That's ghbcc.com. You can, on our website, you can type in a category and it'll list the member businesses that we have there. HoustonByBlack.com, we have a table of contents. You can just scroll over, flip over to that section and see the member businesses there that you might be looking for. So we try to make it easy as possible, Cam, to access our members and to let the community know that we have these African American businesses out here who are ready to do work.
Right. There's something that you said earlier, and we were talking about it, and we were talking about you being a licensed minister. I said, I didn't know you were a licensed minister. When did that happen? And the reason I want to bring it up is because a lot of people have been called to do certain things, or they've been laid off. 40 million plus people are laid off at this point, right? and they have a dream and they've been told, in their spirit, hey, you're supposed to be doing that dream. Let's talk about what happened. How did you become a licensed minister?
Well, first of all, I always had this this feeling inside that I wanted to really know God intimately.
Yes.
And that was from being a young child all the way through middle school, high school. And I was just always interested, and I felt a closeness with him in intimacy, even though I was not studying the word. I did read my Bible,
Right.
but study and so forth, I guess being so young, I just was not that focused on that. But then after college and after law school, well, no, I had an interaction in college at a church in Nashville. Nashville is gospel and country.
Right.
So I went to a church in Nashville, and someone approached me and said that, you need to come to God before the throne and so forth. And no one had ever given me a word, so I was just kind of a little bit spooked, but I knew it meant something. So then after law school is when God kind of started reining me in, I having some hard times for a long time.
Yes.
And I couldn't understand because, I had all the tools for success. I had degrees. I had,
Right.
good family support and all of that
Yes.
stuff. But I had always been a winner, in whatever I did. So, you can lean on stuff like that, but God will break you down. If he has a call,
Right.
I wasn't getting it. And so one day I had this beautiful woman come into my life, beautiful spirit.
Yes.
She was a minister. She
Yes.
sat me down and was like, look, this is what God is saying to you.
Right.
Sometimes you got to have somebody just be like, look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I definitely went through my storms and my seasons. And, she basically just said that God wanted me to have a more intimate relationship. But it wasn't until 2007, December, yes. I had just come from a marriage ministry event where I was trying to get trained up, Cam, trying to get trained
positioned.
Up. Yeah, exactly. I was trying to position myself. I had to get right. And so when I got home, the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, I want you to be in ministry. And it was like a bulb went off in my head, a light bulb went off. And I said, well, that's why all this stuff has been happening to me that doesn't happen to any of my friends and
right.
associates and so
right.
forth, that don't feel that tug. And so then my church had a training program that I dropped out of about 2 or 3 times because my heart wasn't right. I just had to. I'm a pretty straightforward person. I
exactly.
have to be honest.
You got to be honest.
My heart wasn't right. Yeah. And so once it was, I completed the training, and then I got licensed in 2015.
So you heard that, December 2007, and then 2015 she was licensed. And I say that to many of us, including myself, that we all have something we should be doing or supposed to be doing, right? At this time, your dream can happen now. 40 million people are laid off. They're not trying to bring people back because a lot of people, the businesses will never open up. But you still have that dream, and you can jump. Right. You can do it. This is the time. This is it. This is it.
Matter of fact, Cam, you have to jump.
You do.
I mean, this is what I have learned in my walk with God, is that you're either going to do it or you're not.
Okay. Yeah.
And God can outlast you, and he will.
Yeah.
And he'll keep tapping, but there's also a window of opportunity too, that if you don't,
yes.
He's gonna move on to something else.
Yeah.
And so you're with him, it's always gonna be some type of leap or jump of faith. He's never going to just lay out everything for you.
Yeah.
So I encourage anyone to jump, Cam, and go ahead and take that dream by the reins.
Absolutely. Let's do this. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with Carol.
We'll We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, truck accident, car accident? Was someone texting and ran into the back of you, not paying attention? It doesn't matter what it is. Give me a call, Attorney Willie Powles. We'll fix it today. The number is 281-881-2457. Again, that number is 281-881-2457. We'll fix it today. Call Attorney Willie Powles.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey, family, thanks so much for coming back. We're here with Carol. There's a question, Carol, that somebody came out with. They said, that's Torrey Smith. Hey, buddy, how you doing? He has a show here. He says, how do we circulate our money through our neighborhoods to last longer than 6 hours?
Well, first of all, you have to have a plan and be intentional.
Right.
One thing I like about the Jewish community is that they decided amongst themselves that they would keep money in their community.
Yes.
Now, it's true that they're God's chosen people, but they also did their part. God has his part. We have our part.
Right.
We have to have a plan and be intentional. So there's a lady named Maggie Anderson who wrote a book about her year in only patronizing Black businesses.
Wow.
And it was difficult for her because she tried to find a Black business that offered products or services in every category that her family needed in life. She came and spoke to the chamber at our Women in Business conference one time, and I encourage anyone to grab her book because it's a great tool to be intentional and have a plan about spending money in the community. But that's what it is. You and you search out the businesses and just make a plan that you're going to patronize these businesses and you're going to do it consistently. And another thing I might add is that if you do receive service that you're not pleased with,
customer service.
Speak to the manager in private.
Yes.
Please don't post about it.
Yes.
It's not going to do anything but embarrass the business owner and dissuade other people from patronizing that business who might not have the same negative experience that you have.
Yes.
You know, and we have to decide to, erase that type of hate amongst ourselves as well, because there is a way to handle negative service.
Yes.
We don't, without being hateful.
Right.
And so that's what I would say. That's how you keep the money in. And be intentionality and having a plan.
So like you said, I love what you said, grocery stores, gas stations, hair salons, the barbershops, just where we go, cleaners, whatever we do on a daily basis, we have to find that spot.
Right.
And only use.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. And when you look at our Buy Black directory, that's what it's for. You can find African-American businesses in those directories. Right. And when you come to our events and network, you'll find more businesses in those different categories. So you're absolutely right, Cam.
Yeah. Well, I remember not too long ago the movie wasn't it the Green Book? And they were talking about that you could only, of course, in that day, you could only use or go to African American, either the hotels or outlets or wherever. And that book was to show everybody, wherever you're traveling, that you'd be able to go there safely.
Yes, and absolutely, Cam. And I watched the movie The Green Book, and I saw where some of the locations were not very desirable.
Right.
Unfortunately. And I just want to encourage people that if you find one bad apple, it doesn't mean that you should disqualify every single African American business.
Right.
United States of America or around the world.
Right.
It simply means that perhaps was not a fit for you. Let me encourage you to try to find somewhere else. And that's what our Buy Black directory is the 2020 version of the Green Book.
Right.
It's a listing of businesses in different industries that should be able to satisfy your needs.
I love that. And I'm with you. The Asian community also is very clear on using their own, especially, and the neighborhood, creating their own neighborhoods, creating their own, malls and systems and places to go.
Well, and that's the thing, Cam. We had that same thing during segregation.
Yes.
This is how you know that racism was successful with us. It's because as soon as we had the opportunity to mingle with our white brothers and sisters, we forgot all about that.
Yes.
And that sense of community, helping each other, not understanding the economics of racism in America.
Yes.
Because racism in America has kept money concentrated within a certain group of people.
Yes.
And so they instilled that thought process into our minds by telling us that white is better. If we socialize with Caucasians, somehow we'll be better Black people, or we'll be better people, or we'll have the best whatever. Racism is the best marketing campaign that ever existed. If you wanted to break up a people, because we bought into it 100%. The Asian community respects themselves.
Right.
They know their worth.
Yes.
The Jews respect themselves. They know their worth. We're the race of people that has allowed, even Hispanics, we're the race of people that have allowed these teachings, these wrong teachings, to permeate our very soul, such that it causes the hate that keeps us from working together. And I'm grateful that we have enlightened people in our community that want to work together and continue to push Blackness. That's why Kathy Hughes, and I was really embarrassed and disappointed when I heard this on Radio 1, where she said, we've had numerous Buy Black campaigns over the years, but we still only have a very small, minuscule percentage of African Americans keeping money in our community.
Yes.
So what is it going to take?
Yes.
The intentionality and the plan that we talked about before, but we have to get over not liking each other first, Cam.
Absolutely. Let's talk about voting real quick. We've got about 10 minutes, but I want to hit on that because we are not this year. If we don't do anything any other year, this year we have to be intentional. In November, we've got to, if we standing in line for all other stuff, we need to be standing in line for this. I'm not going to say, but anyway, we stand in line for everything else. We need to stand in line for this. Why vote? Why vote, Carol? Why vote?
Voting affects so many different aspects of our daily living.
Oh my God.
We don't recognize that because it's not in our faces every day.
Yes.
But voting does at the local level, the state level, and the national level. So just think about this. When you walk around your neighborhood, there might be a park somewhere, there might be a trail somewhere else, that came from the representatives that you elected at the local level. It didn't just show up. It was the agenda of people on city council to put a park in your neighborhood. Now, if it's torn up, you need to call your district representative to fix the park. But these are the people that made the decisions about putting parks street lights, stop signs, all kinds of things in your neighborhood. Same thing on the state level. There are state issues that our state reps deal with that directly affect your community. And so when you see trash somewhere, you can call your state rep, you can call your district council member to get help with these things. After programs,
yes,
those come into play because elected officials make the decision, or they make the decision against having after school programs like things that are going on now at the federal level.
Right.
We have a president in place who does not think those things are important.
Right.
And many people need after school programs because some people work as shift laborers. They need to have their kids in a place where they can be enriched and learn and have learning opportunities. But the people who create these programs for you and these parks for you and pick up your trash are elected. That means you have to vote. So if you want to see a difference, you need to vote. And don't say, oh, it's just one vote, it's just me. But that one vote adds up with other people's votes.
Right.
So we need the collective to be represented. So that's why you need to vote, Cam.
We do. And we need to be picking people up. We need to be doing whatever we need to do to get people to the polls. Because the one thing about it, this year, they're going to have all kind of things. They've already started with the Postal Service. They already started bothering the Postal Service. So I'm telling you.
Cam, all I can say about it is because we are nonpartisan.
Yes, I understand. No, I'm just saying voting, period. We have to vote. People don't understand. We as a people don't understand. Our vote is an act. It's not a law. Whoever the sitting president at that time, where they have to re-sign for us to vote, whoever they have at that particular time can just sit there and say, you know what, I might need to think about this. For us to vote. And we've forgotten that.
That's right, Kim.
We forgot.
It's very important for us to be involved in politics and to understand the effect of the laws on our everyday living.
Yes.
Acts have to be renewed. And they are renewed by people that are elected, which again get into the position from a vote.
Yes.
You cannot afford to just sit back and let things happen to you. Have a say so.
Yes.
And you vote, you can have a say so. Even if your candidate doesn't win, at least you participated. But if you didn't participate, you don't have the right to complain.
So let's just think about it. If that sitting president does not let the so-called 45 million African Americans vote, then we don't have that opportunity. We have to go with whatever they decide. So 45 million of us would not have the right to vote. Now, I just want to put that out there. And that's what upsets me about the fact that we don't understand about the act. That upsets me.
Yes, we need to understand about the acts. We need to understand about the 13th Amendment.
Wow.
We need to understand about the 14th Amendment. We need to understand about how all of these things affect our daily living and can affect our generations.
Yes.
Because we have had so many people to suffer and die. For example, my father was a freedom rider.
Yes.
He rode the bus to Alabama to get people registered and got caught in crossfire. And thank God he didn't die or get hit.
Yes.
But people like him that sacrifice for me, for Cam, for you to get out and vote. So please pay attention, because we do need your vote to make sure that we're not disenfranchised and that our voting rights are not taken away.
I'm telling you something. Lady, what would you like to leave with the viewers?
I would like to leave with the viewers to just empower yourself.
Yeah.
Take advantage of every single thing that is around you that can make you a better person. Be it your personal relationship with God. For me, it's through Jesus Christ. An organization like the Chamber that has opportunities and resources available take advantage of the library that has a ton of resources just to get educated, because you need to be educated and empowered in order to do things successfully. And so once you understand all of the tools that you have available to you and then take advantage of them, if you want to be a business owner, if you want to be a mom, you want to be a dad, you want to be a teacher, just empower yourself, get educated so nobody can tell you anything. And so, so that no one else's word is the last word, but it's your last word because you took the time to educate yourself, empower yourself, and then take the steps necessary to execute your plan after you've created the plan. So I would encourage everyone to empower themselves by being smart, make strategic moves, plan, get good advice. Don't just step out and do something. Get some good advice. Cover yourself with that advice. Cover yourself with the right team of bankers, attorneys, consultants, so that whatever endeavor you do, be it business or something else, you've done all you can do to get yourself prepared and in position, as Kim mentioned earlier, to be successful. And then the rest is up to the universe, but you've done your part.
I love that. Let's tell again how to get the directory. Where's the directory located?
It's located at www.houstonbyblack.com. That's www.houstonbyblack.com. It's our Buy Black campaign. And also, you can find a directory at our Greater Houston Black Chamber of Commerce website, which is www.B as in boy, C as in cat, C as in cat.com, GHBCC.com. And we also have a Facebook page, Greater Houston Black Chamber. We also have Instagram, which is HOU Black Chamber. So, and a YouTube channel where you can find chamber chats that can assist you with different aspects of your business.
Absolutely. How do people get in touch with you? Where do they find you?
Well, I can be found at the chamber. The chamber number is 713-660-8299. 713-660-8299. And my personal office is 713-660-7003. Again, 713-660-7003.
I'm telling you, family, Carol Guest is the best. She is. You have got to touch base with her if you want any type of help in the chamber or anything to do with law. She is a wealth of knowledge. Thank you, ladies, so much for everything you do. Thank you for what you've done for Houston, all that you've done. And thank you, and God bless you for everything.
Thank you, Kim, and God bless you as well. Thank you for having me today. Thank you for having the chamber on. And as always, we're here to help, Kim. We're here to help.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you, family, for everything. We'll be back on tomorrow. We will see Thelma Scott and Nasla Johnson. It's called Safe Diversity. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.